Well, I think that's close enough to time, right? Okay, so what's up, Ryan? Haven't seen you around ye old chat rooms very often of late. Actually have a few maps I need to make. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be able to do all of them today. I got this map right here that I'm working on. Been busy as heck with the new gerb. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm assuming that's good. Means you're hopefully getting paid. But anyway, I got a map. So I've been working on my own little tabletop system like everybody else and their brother. And me and a guy are running it through some tests on a play-by-post setting. So I got to make us a little map for that. I have no idea what's going on, so there's that. Then we got a one-shot that we're going to do this weekend with said system, so I need a map for that. And then our campaign needs another map for our regular 5e campaign, and I'm thinking that the party is going to get thrown into the pit, and it's going to be like a mini mega dungeon for as much sense as that makes. Micro mega dungeon. I don't know. I just want lots of rooms, lots of things to go do. So we'll see how that pans out. Big beast at the bottom. I was just looking at play-by-post. I was playtesting Ironsworn Starforged to see if I could play by post. Somebody in the Discord was just, I swear, just talking about Ironsworn the other day. Now, when you say playtesting, are you mean just testing it for yourself, or is Ironsworn like something new? Or at least the Starforged? I don't know anything about it. Ironsworn might be an old thing, and Starforged is a new part. Who knows? I need some crates and gears. Yes. That's a trapdoor, not a crate. That's a cage. Here's some crates. Ironsworn Starforged is a sci-fi rebuild of Ironsworn. It focuses on solo GM-less co-op games. Whoa. I figured something that didn't need GM would be great for play-by-post. Yeah. Yeah. I hadn't really thought about that. So, I think I've mentioned this before, but he's in our Squirrel Discord. Of course, I call him Craig, but I think his name... No, he changed it in the server. So, Craig over in Squirrel Land. He's been running a play-by-post for the past couple months or so for Mouse Ritter, and it's been a super duper a lot of fun. Really been enjoying that. Haven't died yet, which is impressive for Mouse Ritter. You just put some potatoes in here. Definitely need some gears. I think I may have gone past those. That is a big gear. Might want to make a video on play-by-post. There are barely anything on the topic that isn't overly dense. Oh. You know what? I should get Craig in on that video. Because he's been doing a swell job with it. Man, these are so big. I don't have any experience running them, so I have experience playing in one. Wish I had more just junk. gather around. Alright, now there is going to be a bad guy in here. I know that. There you go. Coming out of the ground. But, I have been wanting to bring, like, other people in videos instead of just being me all the time. Just don't know how to do it. I tried to get one guy in. He goes by Hank Hill on YouTube. And I tried to get him in to talk about Baldur's Gate 3 a bit. You know, since I made a video and everybody hated it. I was like, alright, well, let's get a guy that's put a ton of hours into it and let's talk with him about it. So, and he was like, yeah, sure. And then kind of disappeared like a fart in the wind, you know? And away he went. So I don't know if he decided he didn't wanna, or maybe got a little nervous, or... But that's okay. Will not hold it against him. I've really been wanting to do a video, but I can't decide what the point is. Like, I don't want to have a look at the dialogue in Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, and Days Gone. It's like one of those games is very much not like the other. But kind of been thinking about it lately. How they handle character dialogue. They handle it very differently. Or at least you haven't found anything as far as YouTube's for play-by-post. Well, you know, that might be... I keep trying to find things for, flip a die. Solo DM, or solo tabletop playing, and I can't... People are like, oh yeah, it's easy. Here, look at this. And they'll hand you like a 500-page document. And it's like, that's not easy at all. I don't get it. Every time I try and get somebody to explain it to me, this just sounds like this super duper complicated thing. So naturally, I started trying to make it myself. It's like, okay, well, this is the system I'm working on. Can I make it solo? And it's just a handful of tables. Very simple. It's not really much of an adventure. It's just basic dungeon crawl stuff. So. Now, what's his name? I think it starts with an X. Let's see if I can find him. Okay, Discord likes to cut off names when I'm streaming. That's right. Well, he's in the server. Starts with an X. His icon's the cat. He was showing me the Mythic system or something like that. It's for just generating adventures and story on the fly, and it looked really neat. But it also has a big book to explain it. He's like, yeah, it seems super complicated, but once you get it going, like it's really simple. And yeah, we were in a call and he just showed it to me. He's just generating something right on the fly. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. Solo is dense, but it kind of has to. It's trying to supplement that I could do anything into. This is roughly what's going on. Yeah. And that's kind of why the thing I was trying to make is like, you know, let's just basic dungeon run. Like, hey, we're going in, you're trying to find the main treasure. Here's a randomly generated rooms. It's kind of fun, but yeah, there's no real story happening. I guess we'll leave like that. I don't know what I'm looking for. Ironsworn does that by having very precise moves you can make and large oracles. I started watching... I guess there's gonna be traps in here. Spit. Figured some traps in here, but there's nothing I can put on the map for that, I don't think. Unless there's like... There's a couple tools I could put around. Oh, those are awfully big. Cross-game usable tube. And Ironsworn Classic is free! Who doesn't like free? You know, I'm kind of wondering if that's going to be the next... Well, not the next big thing, but I wonder if there's going to be some kind of movement there. Because, you know, everybody and their brother's making TTRPGs right now, right? Because Wizards of the Coast went and messed up, and everybody's like, oh, I'm going to make my own. And obviously, there's going to be a bunch of people like, I'm going to make money off of this. But I'm wondering if there's going to be a fair bit of people that are like, no, I just want this game to exist and do the whole pay what you want or 99 cents. I've seen a handful of things for $1 on Drive-Thru RPG. Our homemade TTRPG is going to fall into the trap of you can't charge for them. See, that's kind of happened. I think it will explode, then condense over the next 2 years. Yeah. So that's kind of what's happened to the game industry. Like, all these free-to-play, in the mobile market's mostly to blame, right? All these games came out, and they're all free, but they have these in-game transactions, microtransactions. So people expect a free game now and to pay inside of the game, but they expect a ton of free content. And I read a real good article about a guy, or from a guy, who he tried really hard, him and his team, to make like a full-fledged mobile game that you pay like $15 for. And but it was the whole game. It was a full thing. There was no in-game junk. And he's like, yeah, he said, no, this is a good game, but the market has been so conditioned. Like, people expect a free game and to pay inside of it. Now, even though they'll save money paying for the whole thing up front, they're like, everybody expects a free game. And man, that kind of sucks. Obviously, the article was a little more elaborate than that, and I reference it a lot. I wish I could, or I bring it up a lot. I wish I had saved it somewhere because it was really good. We are exploding with everyone making systems, but soon those hobby systems will be unmaintained and it'll be a flooded market. Yeah, the mobile market is basically low commitment gaming. Yeah, the mobile market. I don't know if anything good has come out of it. As far as like, I was going to say video games, but I don't know, maybe the whole app store. But as far as video games go, yeah, it's just been a disaster. I guess I could put these in the wall. See, how does this work? If I have a hallway and he comes in, okay, no, I'll leave it blank. Because yeah, the mobile market has done that, and it's just popularized microtransactions and, milking a customer to death, figuring out your whales, right? Man, I saw somebody leaked a video from a conference, and it was about mobile game design, and the guy was talking about, you want to get two whales and pit them against each other because that's where you will get all your money, and he was just straight up saying, you want to take advantage of these people, you want to get them addicted, and it's like, wow, this is really gross. I couldn't finish the video. Like, this is like, we all knew this was what was happening, but man, it was awful. Put a little blood in here. How about that? All right, now let's make a little. Dude was just, I guess he was honest. There is that, but it's like, man, could you be honest and not a terrible person? And speaking of honest, have you ever seen... Oh, I didn't realize I had the wrong thing up. Have you ever heard of the Heart Attack Grill? I think it's in Las Vegas. I can't be mad at that man. Because he will not lie to you. The Heart Attack Grill is this just super fat restaurant. Like, they make things that are really, really bad for you, you know, like 10 patty stack high hamburgers and unlimited fries and nacho cheese. But he puts stuff all over the door and the windows like, hey, this food will kill you. Like, it is very bad for you. There's warnings everywhere. And he has this thing, hey, if you're over 350 pounds, you eat for free all day, every day. You know, it's like, if this is what you want to do with your life, this is what you can do. And there's some interviews with him, and he's like, yeah, you know, this guy died right at the bus stop and had a heart attack right in front of my business, or my restaurant, and it was great for business. You know, he's like, I'm not going to lie, it's great. When somebody dies, obviously it's terrible, but it's real good for me. And what's hilarious is that this guy started off as like some kind of, not a workout coach, some kind of nutritionalist, health doctor thing, you know, trying to get people to eat right and be healthy, and nobody wanted to do it. So he was just like, all right, I'm just going to give you what you want. Pretty messed up, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know, he ain't forcing anybody. They're doing it themselves. Got a cannon, just as soon as you walk in the door. We don't need an anchor. This is a steampunk setting, and unfortunately I do not have a lot of steampunk stuff. I got a few gears. Put that on everything, right? That'll make it steampunk. There was a bench. Yeah, that's more what I was looking for. Okay. And, you know, a couple gears, right? Gotta have the gears. Just laying around. What a bear trap. Like, he could pick that up and use it if he wanted. So I'm thinking, you know, this is the very, very beginning. He gets dropped in here. Comes in, finds the last guy that got sent to do it, didn't make it. Little secret room. Comes in, finds a robot in here, which is bad news story-wise. He's like, oh no, he goes in here, a little bit trapped. Goes in here, his armory. Takes some loot if he wants. Woo, makes some money. And I know what the end room is gonna be. He's gonna find like a superior robot being worked on. But I feel like I need something, a little something in between. It's supposed to be super short, not very long at all. Okay, I know what I can do. Let's do. A little office space over here. Little office space. Actually, we might even make the floor a little different. Say about that, cuz. Meow, meow, meow. man. Let's dress it up. Desk. Any good office chairs? Medieval office chair, you know. Who knew that wasn't a thing? Yeah, dress it up, make it look like somebody's actually been here. Then they have to come up with what's on all those papers. Business expenses. Oop, that doesn't look like it's sitting there in the corner. That does. Alright. Put a gear on the back of his chair. Shield? Bigger shield? Excuse me. That was rude. Burping in the microphone. Oh, a little bass guitar going on, don't we? Do 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 do. What else should he have in here? Another table? But what on the table? A map? That's a big table. I have to come up with what's on the map. Oh no. Oh. Crystal not a thing? I feel like it should be. There we go. Had to spell it out more. Let's have that one be. I got a little story here. When I fill it up with a burning heart, that's when it turns red. Oh no. Let's see. Got a little office, got a map. Yeah. Nose is a little stuffy this morning. Two. Why not? Alright, there's a little office space. Needs a door. Needs a door. Always gotta have a door. And then over here. We will go. I guess just like right here. Doesn't need to be too terribly large. So that is pretty terribly large, isn't it? Alright. Only I knew what I was doing. And I had a couple cats come up through my yard yesterday. And they were, I say kitten, but not like the little fat fuzzy kittens. I have the wrong thing on here. Here we go. But they were definitely still growing. Like, they were not full size by any means. And meow. Yeah, it was a little Siamese guy. Real pretty looking. And he had a buddy out there. And he was like a tabby. And the tabby had a collar on. I was like, oh man, those are... Because every now and then a cat will come through. But they're usually full size, grown, all that good stuff. Just somebody not taking care of their cat. And I saw those two little guys. And I was like, oh, well, that one's got a collar on him. So I went out there. And the guy with the collar was just... He didn't care I was out there. But he was just too busy sniffing and exploring. And then the Siamese, who didn't have a collar on him, was like kind of interested in me, but a little wary, cautious. So I got some treats out there and was trying to win him over. Long story short, I got to where I could scoop up both of them, and I was kind of hovering them just a couple inches above the ground so they wouldn't get freaked out, you know, when I lift them up 6 feet in the air because I'm too tall. And I was setting up a trap out there. I was going to get them, you know, bring them in, take them to the shelter or whatever, and try and figure out who they belong to. So I was setting up the trap, and that's when I made one last ditch effort to see if I could just go grab them, and that's when they let me. So I was like, oh, I was trying to get them to the trap and throw them in there, and I got the tabby in there, and the Siamese one, he managed to push himself away with his back claws, and he got me a good bit on my hand, and he ran off. So I said, well, dang it. So brought the little tabby in, and man, he was just howling all day. Well, not all day, but for a few hours, and then he tuckered himself out and passed out for several more hours. But we ended up, when Glee got home, she's like, hey, you want to go for a walk, see if we can figure out where they came from? I'm like, yeah, sure. So we went for a little walk, and we walked by this house that they usually have an orange cat sitting outside, and there was a Siamese cat sitting outside this time with the orange one, and she's like, is that it? And I was like, I don't think so, that seems too big. She's like, well, let's go ask the lady anyway. She's right standing in the door, I can see her. So I was like, okay. And so we went up and knocked on the door, and Glee started to ask, hey, do you have a tabby cat or something? Like, I don't know what she was going to say, but she didn't get to finish because this lady just burst out, you got my Finnegan? Did you catch my Finnegan? Can I have my Finnegan back? I was like, whoa, calm down. Like, she's like, I miss my Finnegan. I think she was on meth, but this lady had a lot of cats. And it was indeed hers, and that was the Siamese from earlier, so. All that to say, shortly before I started the stream, I saw Finnegan, apparently, just mosey through the yard. Oh, that lady's got too many cats. She even said she's the crazy cat lady, so I guess as long as she knows it. Now, I say it like she's, you know, cats have a bad home, but they were very well taken care of. Like, the claws were all trimmed, fur was real nice and smooth, so you just got a lot of them. I want a forge. Big old... That's not a big old forge. There we go. Maybe a couple of them. How about an organ? Giant organ. She had the Siamese, the tabby, a gray one, a black one, an orange one. I think there was more. And they were all named after supernatural characters from the show. Like the Siamese was Castiel. One was Ruby. I think that was the gray one. The big fat black cat was just Buttons. I don't think that was from Supernatural. Strange lady. Nice lady, but strange. Bench. That's what I'm looking for. Another weapon thing. Now, I'm going to need... Can I make this super big? I want it to be like a table. Big old stone slab table. I really wish I had some... Hang on. Let me... Dungeon draft free assets. I think it was like Cartographer's Guild or something. A bunch of stuff you could either buy cartography assets. I don't think this is it. But it looks like it has stuff. So how about Robot? 0 results. That's fine. How about 2-minute tabletop, Patreon, Dungeon Draft, free Dungeon Draft sample pack? No. Here we go. That's the right site. And it is a very slow site. I don't know why. Super slow. My goodness. Alright, we got sci-fi, security, infrastructure, ruins and rubble. Not what I want. You know what? We'll just put a token on the table of a robot. That's a big gear. Got to have the gears laying around because they put them in everything. Alright, what else do we have in this little workshop? This. Whoops. Oh. No. Don't like that. Thinking about putting grates on the ground, but nah. Maybe? It don't have to be too fancy. Little waterfall in it. Oh. Kind of made that work. That's neat. We don't need to do all that though. Water fog. There you go. Make it foggy in here. You can have it coming off there. Fish on the floor. Might. I feel like I could have a little more on here, but I don't know. I'm not sure what. Definitely. Crates and barrels, right? Doesn't like a good crate and barrel hoard. Oil, right? Oil for all the machines. Matter of fact, I have an idea. Take the blood, make it black. And then you got like little oil spills. Yeah. So a player can be like, hey, that's flammable. And everything explodes. I like it. I like it. Oil and an open flame. What could go wrong? There is a tool rack, tool table lacking from this whole thing, so they're like, I think you'd have your little workbench next to you. Fortunately, I have very few tools to work with here. Pan. Never know what it is. There we go. Couple nails. Always need a hammer, no matter what you're working on. Yeah. We do need a door. Oh, that's some sour sounding music. Fortunately, it's radio. I can't skip. Okay, so we drop him in here. And he comes in, finds dude, locked door. Comes in, fights a dude, traps. Room of choices, armory. Take some stuff if he wants. Office, be some secrets in there. Then mini boss fight. I feel like there should be a secret in the office somewhere. Don't really need to draw a door for... Actually, I didn't even need to make this room right here, but... Oh, wait, yeah, I did, because I want the actual door there. Let's say we could have a little hidden room over here. Because this is play by post, so it's not like it's going to be moving a token or anything. I could have a little secret hole in the wall. Find a potion or something. Yeah, Krieg's been doing real good with that Mouse Ritter campaign. I don't know how much he's actually made up himself or how much he's pulling from some resources already made for it, but it's being run very well. Why? That looks... Wall looks a little funny right there. So I think that's all I'll do. Like I said, this is just a little intro map starter thing. How many? 1, 2, 3. Let's start with 5. Doesn't need to be a whole lot. He's also by himself, so. And level 0. So he doesn't need a whole lot thrown at him. About 4. I made a boo-boo. That's why I saved it. Where's my... I have not my terrain right here. Why did it all go bye-bye? That ain't no good. I mean, easy fix, but kind of weird that happened. I wonder. Change map size. No, see, it went up with it. I don't... That's very strange. Wrong material brush. We can just put that back. There you go. Easy. All right. Easy peasy. Bless that. Now, I can't work on the map for this weekend because I don't even know what kind of setting we're doing, unfortunately. So we will start on the pit. Mini mega dungeon. Mini. I don't want to just go play Repetidium, but might be not the best thing to do. Switch up in the middle of a stream. It says map making stream and then start playing a game. Alright, so I'm thinking in this map they get dropped in here. And then go 4 directions. Up, down, left, right. Thinking about like rooms warping to other rooms. Multiple levels. Maybe. Lots of dead ends. Deadly traps. Other people roaming around the pit trying to survive. I get a little too weird. I don't have... I don't have like a marker I can just start doodling on here with. Sure don't. Okay. So we'll just start making rooms, I guess. Why not, right? The thing I never know how to do is, like, how do you... Because you're playing on this VTT and everybody's moving their tokens. Like, somebody's always not moving their token, right? They're looking at something else and... It's like, oh yeah, just assume I'm with the party. And then like when you get them all in a room, generally you want them all in the room at the same time for a thing to happen. But Somebody's like, oh, I'm going to stay in the hallway and close the door. They got it. Never know how to shovel them all in there. Whoop. All kinds of monsters. Like, so this would be a door. They come through here, and this is open. There's like sleeping giant beetles over here, and that way they could just be like, "Oh well, we don't have to do that." And they come down here and go to the next room, you know. Just force combat everywhere. And speaking of combat. And this will actually be in the next video I'm going to drop, but like, we ran Easy D6 this past Sunday, and we ran a map that we had done in our 5e campaign and kept it very similar, mostly the same. And there's this one tavern bar brawl part, like there's 10 goblins in there. It took them 45 minutes to kill them in 5e, and it took 15 minutes in Easy D6. I think it was, yeah, there was like a half-hour difference. And but in 5e, I was counting the moves. Like there were, in the 5e, 5 players, 44 minutes. There was 44 actions taken. It was an action a minute, whereas in Easy D6, it was 15 minutes, 2 players, and an animal companion. And there were 63 actions taken. Nuts, man. I thought it was pretty interesting. Old Scotty's probably getting tired of me, though. Bringing him up all the time. And telling me how the game actually works, because I can't read. So can I? I'm pretty sure I can. Boo. Can actually connect. Now see, I feel like one time I made a giant map. What was it? There was some kind of maze. There's all these wrong ways they could go and different things to mess them all up. And it was like they could see the entire map. Like they didn't have the dynamic vision on or whatever. They took all the right choices. Just went right through it. I can't remember what that was, but I remember having a good chuckle about it. Somebody thought I felt bad for him and just let him through, and I was like, no, you guys just picked all the right turns. Oh, that's right. It was the very last map of the first campaign we did. They were trying to. They had to rush. They were on a time crunch. So like, yeah, we got to get to the end, you know, kill the BBEG. And there were all these trap rooms, basically. They'd open the wrong door and a bunch of bad guys would come out. So they were just slaughtering dudes on the way through. And yeah, they just straight beeline or whatever you call it from start to finish, did not make any wrong turns, just and they thought I did that because I was wanting to finish the session that night. I was like, no, y'all just got really lucky. And you know what would be neat is if the players meet other characters down here in the pit. But I feel like I need some kind of way to prevent them. Like if they accidentally went, like let's say here's the exit. There needs to be something like blocking the exit or some kind of door where there's a button. So they at least have to go find a button, then go back to it. So. Mayhaps. We'll do that. That'll avoid any accidental speed runs. Oh, that's not right. It'll be very classic style. No fancy walls, just basic hallways and rooms. Various shapes. Probably could have just got on Dungeon or whatever it's called and randomly generate one. Maybe. Treasure room. Yeah. Because they're gonna need some resources to keep themselves afloat, but I think I have an answer for that. I do have an answer for that. Alright, so let's get to drawing some rooms here. Could say there's the exit door. It's like, oh, you gotta find the right lever, and there's a lever like in every room. And all the wrong ones just break whenever they try and move, and they just crumble. That's a good idea, honestly. I'm gonna write that down. Let's see. Every room has a lever, but only one works properly. The rest crumble, turn to dust. Yeah. Terrible idea. Gonna be a mess. Like a good spot for some traps. And see, this is where, and I can do this, and I did do this in another map. So in Foundry, you know, when your tokens are moving around, you can set the dynamic vision so they can only see, you know, what in the room, right? They can't see through walls or anything, so they don't get the whole map, but it will record where they've been. It'll just kind of be darkened a little bit, but they'll have the whole thing. So one maze area I made for them, I set it to where it wouldn't do that last part. Like, they still couldn't see through walls, had the dynamic vision, but they couldn't just draw a perfect map behind them, right? They had to remember themselves what was actually behind them. So I might do that in this one. It's pretty funny because there was 4 players, and when they got in that maze, I split them in half. 2 were in one spot, 2 were in another, so they were trying to find each other. But there were no rooms like this. It was just straight up maze. I'll take it back. There was, I think somebody got in a tight spot. Like gelatinous cube or whatever popped up and was just slowly creeping towards him. But that was about it. That's the thing. Like, if you do that, it's like, okay, you gotta have players that actually stick together and not wander off. And I could be like real confusing with this. Just have things making no sense. If they can't record where they were last, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Could really mess with them and reset rooms after they leave them. It's like, I think we've been in this room before. No, the bad guy's back. Yeah, I mean, totally haven't been here. Oh, that's terrible. Let's do that. No idea what I'm gonna put in all these rooms, but boy howdy, are they going to be there? I guess some could just be nothing. What a mess, what a mess. Gotta mess that room up. One more. Then I was thinking about some rooms warping to others, but you come in here, there's a whatever you can press, whoop, warps you over here, but it's kind of hard shuffling tokens around like that. Maybe that's what some of the levers can do, they warp you. Woo! I like that. Means we could even have a couple rooms off to the side that aren't connected to anything. A little treasure room or something. Mm-hmm. Of course, if I warp them, I have to remember what warps to what. And that's a tall order. That's a very tall order. Yeah. So let's keep going. Have a long hallway. Whoop, missed again. You could have like a little room right here you could warp them in. Boom. I'll make that a little bigger. You could have a funny shape, why not? Yeah. Go back and think of something to fill these rooms with. That was supposed to be in the center, but as you can see, it's not. Might have another little... hidden room right there. Well, they could find all kinds of people down here. And then, try and keep them alive. Team up with them. They can get killed off in traps. Blah. And if they don't, they figure out ways to keep them alive. They can help in the boss fight. Could turn out all right. Or it could be terrible. Could be, oops, super boring. We shall see. Now, I imagine the right exit will take them to the different map. thinking. Or... Nah, that'd be too... I was thinking like, okay, what if one of these rooms warps them here? There's something they gotta activate to get from here to here? Maybe they gotta find... Oh, that's what they could do. These could be the 2 special rooms. And there's 2 switches in here, and that's what you gotta hit to open a door. Or they could just be treasure rooms. No, because we won't do that. Because if only the right switches were in here, then they wouldn't want to hit the switches in the other rooms. That's right. Okay. So let's just, yeah, let's just draw random junk here. That little secret room. Fortunately, we'll have a different floor. Because I don't think... Yeah, I can't just grab the floor. Draw, so you can draw circles. See, this is one thing I don't like about this tool. You can use, what do they call it? The building tool, which does a floor and a wall for you. So I can do that to make me a nice round room. Oops. Like that. You can see it's got a bazillion points in there. But, and I always forget, but every time I try and use the room tool to like make things, yeah, because like now if I want to make a hallway, it seems like it would be nice, but like you can't, like, okay, what if I want the hallway to be a different floor type than that? Like you can't. As far as I know. So when you connect a room, it merges the rooms. So if I made... Whoop! I had like, alright, here's my garage. Here's my house, my office, whatever. How do I connect? Like if I want, well actually, I don't know, we may learn something here. Different wall, different floor. What happens when I, yeah, say it just, now they're all that wall. It did keep the floor, but, so that's a problem. So usually I'll have the wall tool, which is what I do here, and then drop a floor in however I want, but you can't use, you can technically do curves with the wall tool, but it's never, it ain't the same, Jack. It just, they say you can't make a nice round circle. And I guess if you, well, wait a minute, if we turn off the snap, oops. Yeah, it just doesn't work. Maybe it does, and I just don't know how. But you get the idea. Really wish you could just say, hey, separate these entities after you do it. About... Whoops. Struggling. Really am. I keep missing. We'll have... That'd be the end. Like, there'll be a big door. There they go out. To the next. I ran out of room. Fuse them. Go. Like a price tag. Bloop. What a map. Could help them out, make like the floors different. That way they'd be like, I remember this room. Let's see. Bit of a brain fart. Over here thinking about Starfield. That's been a pretty fun game. Like I can see, I won't spoil nothing. It's like I can see how it's, you know, a really big game. But at the same time, like, kind of not as big as previous games. It's bigger, but not. It's weird. Like, what'd they say? There's 1,000 planets or something like that? I don't think I believe that, but that seems to be what I keep seeing and hearing. Might be similar to that whole 18 quintillion variation bulls crap that Sean Murray was talking about in No Man's Sky, but there's still a lot. There may not be a lot on those planets. That's the thing, right? It's like, yeah, you made so many planets you can't fill them up. It's this thing about Skyrim and Oblivion and I guess Morrowind. Like every little nook and cranny was just packed to the brim with stuff. Everywhere you went in Skyrim, there was something there. Even, you know, air quote, useless little caves, there was something going on in there. And I don't just mean bad guys to fight. Like, there was a reason they were there. There's little notes left behind, little mini subplots or whatever. But what was that? Ew. It's a little forest room. These would be where they can get a little refreshing. A little refreshing. Yeah. What kind of color I like? Big mushroom. Actually, can we? Oh, no. Never mind. This is actually, probably should be. Is it this one? Yeah. They are in the pit. They are deep underground. There's lava and whatnot. They may or may not be in a volcano. Pools of lava coming at the walls. Wish I could have. Well, I guess technically I can. I do. Oh, no. I do that. I can make it thinner. Yeah, but then that happens. That's about as thin as I can get. Alright. Not the end of the world. So do I want the whole floor to be like that? It makes sense, but it sure would cut down on the variation. Excuse me. Choices, choices, choices. I didn't even know I had that. That's a tough call. Just do a mixture. I don't know how silly that would look. Who can say? Who can say? Ooh. I have a little bit of lava right here they gotta jump over, but also be quiet, because maybe there's some beetle bugs over here sleeping. I don't know. Hmm. Hmm. No. It would be neat. Wouldn't make any sense. Like if they could see that, like they were going over it or something, but well, no. We can make that make sense. Check it out. 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 Yeah, we'll just do that. I have a big bug sleeping right in the middle of it. But we need a little something along the edge. It doesn't look so cut off, cropped. Yeah. Don't take much. Just a little something. That's a little backwards. Look at there. Look at there. Look at there. And then we'll take... I have a... Yeah. Okay, not that. Alright. Hang on. I'm trying here. Oop. I realize that's too big, but can we... We can't even move it. Oh wow. Okay, never mind. Thought I could drop it down and fudge it. Apparently not. There you go. You got a little depth. Yeah. I like it. Bloop, 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 bloop. Very, very nice. Imagine... I mean, I guess you could do that on one side. And it kind of makes sense. It's like the old JRPG kind of view there. I like it. Kind of neat. Don't think I'll do it though. A little too confusing. And I probably wouldn't be very consistent with it. Whoop. Okay, this is another little special room. You know, I probably could do if I dress this one up really nice. A little bit of water. I'm gonna say, can I... You can take all that and make a prefab. Okay, so it doesn't actually do anything for the rest of the room. I was gonna say I could just copy paste the room, but Does not seem to be the case. You know what they should be? Different colors. Variety is the spice of life, right? There we go. Little rocks. It looks like TV static. Road. Do TVs even get static anymore? Like the black and white fuzz? When your antenna or satellite used to go out? Or just your antenna? I think when your satellite goes out, it just doesn't show anything. I don't use TV for anything. I never have. Like, you know, 100 years ago when I moved out, like, I had a TV, but it was strictly for the consoles, gaming. Like, I didn't have any, of course, this was pre-Netflix. Actually, Netflix might have just been coming out when I moved out. They weren't doing the streaming thing yet. I didn't have any satellite antenna, and I don't watch TV. Oh, it's a little headache inducing. That's not too bad. Just don't watch the TV. And I don't feel like I've missed anything. You're on it. Ooh. That would be neat. I might do that in another room. Where's I was gonna say a slightly bigger room, but they're all pretty small. Alright, I'll don't do it here. Whoop. Let's do this. Gotta get it just right. Just right. Yeah. It's not super critical what's happening on the outside, because they won't see that. There you go. All they'll see is in here. There we go. It'd be kind of spooky. Everyone right in the middle. Guess something can come out of that. Try and grab him. This is what happens when you don't have a plan. You just draw random rooms and then try and figure out why they are the way they are. Probably a terrible way of doing it, but I never claimed to be good at this. I just kind of do it. And I'm sure it shows. Could make an ollie map where it's just all mimics. Can I? This is that new floor stuff. I can like, yeah, I can change that. Cool. I can make that, you know, not so blindingly white. Yeah, I like that. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Some cracked ground. Pretty dope. Almost feel like that's what should be out here. So that's it. All right, let me. Well, can I just? Yeah, I can just grab that. All right, it's gonna be a little wonky, but we can do it. Oh, I have a matching color. There we go. Of course, I wanted it out here too, so. And over here, well, yeah, we'll do that. Kind of a hard way of doing it, but what the heck. Oh. There we go. Kind of neat if I could get some glowing, a little bit of glowing orange in some of the cracks so the lava's coming through. Neat. So technically, I guess I could change this color too, couldn't I? Wait. Oh, need to. It's a fine gray the way it is. Oh my. Alright, it's gonna. I was just trying to undo. Alright. Just gonna cycle through the bazillion shades I went through. Okay, let's do terrain again. Yeah, let's continue it on through there. This can go right here. We'll have a hallway out of that too. That's a bonus room. I got like these two rooms over here. I had more bonus rooms than that. Well, I guess they got these three, yeah. So bonus, goodie rooms, whatever. I kind of want it to be all that. I really like that floor. What is marble? Pretty bright. Do some weird. Do some weird. They look like water. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. What is texture white? Well, it is white. How about that? We do. Not too bad looking. Huh. Yeah, I'll just tie this up. Really no rhyme or reason to my flooring here. Suppose I could give a reason for it. Clues. Why it is the way it is, but I think just surviving the pit down here will be enough. Don't need no puzzles that complicated. Yeah. Need more lava up in here. I still got a few rooms. Do one right here and just have a lava line. That's the exit. You know, try some here. So there's regular lava. Can you use the water to like... Oh, it didn't work. Eh, kind of, yeah. Doesn't look as lava-y, but I don't know. You don't get the edge that you do there either, but then might work to your advantage. No, not very lava-y. Interesting though, interesting. Just have a bush. Today I was thinking about they think like, oh, it must be important, and then like you can just go over there. Obstacles for obstacles' sake. Or really, we could do that here. Fool 'em. A little too far. Go. Can I? It's penis. There's always one somewhere. Can I? I don't know how this would work. That's not quite a grate. Make it look like you're walking over some kind of surface, but you can see the lava below. But not super transparent glass. I don't think I'm gonna have anything like that. I wonder... There wouldn't be really any point to it, but it would look neat. Like, have lava and then it looks like some of it's dried up and you can just walk across it. Or geez, let's see. What if you just... This was the hallway and they had to figure out how to get through a hallway with no floor on it. What would the solution for that be? I guess they could... I could make something, you know. Oh, here's a lever that does this, or I could give them an item that they shoot at the lava and it dries up and makes a walkway. You know, that's the easy solution, but I wonder if there's something they can do. There was an ability, and I think the ranger had it before we kicked him out of the game, that would let you walk. Yeah, because I remember predicting that being a problem, and I maybe even told him he just couldn't have it. It would let you walk on any surface as though it were solid or something like that. That's what I'm saying about 5e. It's like, okay, here's a super interesting, maybe not super interesting, but like challenging. Here's a hallway with no floor. It's just lava. How are you going to get across? You know, he's like, all right, pythons in the wall, ropes, make this. You know, he's trying to come up with something. It's like, oh, no, I just have a spell that undoes that completely. Walk on whatever. Let's see. What is that called? 5e spell. Walk on any surface. Cast fire walk and become immune to fire damage. Well, yeah, there's that. Oh, is it just called... Oops. Water walk. This spell grants the ability to move across any liquid surface, such as water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava, as if it were harmless solid ground. Creatures crossing molten lava can still take damage from the heat. Up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability. Yeah. 3rd level spell. So that's what I'm saying. That's like just so dumb. And not only is it like, hey, yeah, you can just nullify every surface here. You can do it up to 10 people. Just your whole party. Hey, just screw this challenge. Let's literally walk right over it. That's insane, man. Like, that just baffles me. Just, I mean, I guess, yeah, if you're that close to lava, you can still burn, but still, it's like, Well, at 3rd level, I'm going to be Jesus and walk across the water. It's insane. And 10 other people. If your target creature, that's going, is submerged in a liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round. Just zoom. Yeah, up to 10 willing creatures you can see within range gain this ability. So does that include you? Or is it 10 total? Oh, let's not turn this into a I hate 5e rant. But I like this idea. I like the... I gotta come up with some solutions before I can dump that on my party. They might not be able to do it. I would post it to YouTube like a community post, like, hey, how would you get across this in 5e? But a couple of the players watch my YouTube, so that wouldn't be. They'd get a sneak peek, head start. Actually, I think I'm going to stop there for today. So, my plan here, I need a doodle pad. I really don't need a doodle pad. Video, not this week. There will be video dropping next week, like normal. That's part of the schedule. And then I'm going to try and squeeze one out immediately the next week because they're both going to be kind of short. So I feel like I can't justify spacing those out 2 weeks each because video 1, I can't draw with that. Video 1's going to be Easy D6, talking about the little mod tweak hack that I did for it. And how Scotty was like, hey, you didn't really need to do, like, that's cool and all, but I think you forgot about magic resistance, blah, blah, blah. You know, that's why you're having trouble with the karma system. And he was right. So, because we tried it, and I mentioned this earlier in the stream. It's like, yep. All right, so I want to talk about how well that worked and how, you know, how the mod is, you know, still viable, just a different way to play. And then, you know, compare the differences between 5e and Easy D6 and running that same map. I thought that was pretty interesting. Still a fairly short video, and then the next video is just this really silly, dumb idea I had in the Mouse Ritter universe about a squirrel drop squad. It's pretty silly, but kind of entertaining. So I was like, all right, we'll do a video on that one. That one will be short, because I don't even know if I'll be able to make a video. We'll see, but I wanted to share it, so we'll do that. So with any luck, I know we haven't streamed Friday the past couple days, because one of us have been busy. Actually, it might have been Steph both times, maybe. I don't know. I feel like it alternated. One of us was busy one week, and then next week we couldn't do it. So if we're, and that's always just, that's not like a scheduled thing. If we're available, we'll do it. What I would really like to do, and I know it's a huge commitment, both on me and then everybody else I drag into it, but man, I would really like, and I think I may have mentioned this last stream, is to pick one TTRPG a month, and then each Friday we give it a go. And then I'll do a review on it. So like week 1, hey, jump into this. No knowledge, no nothing. We'll just see how easy it is to figure it out. Doesn't make for the best stream, but it is kind of fun to see how well that works. Then weeks 2 and 3, we do a very open play test. Like I will say, okay, this bad guy has this, he's doing this, I'm rolling for that. So, you know, it's not a very immersive experience, but like, hey, we're exploring the mechanics. And then week 4, we give it a right proper go. Like I'll hide the rolls if that's the kind of system that benefits from it. Whereas Easy D6, I just do everything out in the open because it's honestly more fun to roll out in the open. Easy D6, which is kind of interesting to go off on a little bit of a tangent, like in 5e, I feel like I really, 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 really need to fudge my rolls. Or hide them in case something stupid happens, or, you know, just to keep things interesting, because everything's so unpredictable, because the ranges are so wide. Whereas EZD6, it's like, no, it's like, I would rather roll out in the open. That way they can, I don't know, it's just more fun for that. But anyway, the week 4 would be the proper play. Like, I would try to make it an immersive, you know, role-playing experience, right? Where you give the game, play it the way it was meant to be played. And then there would be a review on it, and then I would take clips from the streams and, you know, be like, hey, here's was our experiences. I think that would obviously provide content for me, but man, that is a huge commitment from everybody to be involved in that. And I'm gonna be honest, I really, 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 really struggle grasping all the rules of a new game system. So it's hard, man. I could make like a nice proper testing map though to do on week 1 that we just reuse over and over and over. It's like, all right, you know, here's the room of baddies, here's the room of traps, there's a lot, you know, see how it all works out. But kind of neat. I don't know, it's something to think about. And nothing says I have to have the same people every month. Now, I would have to have the same group for the whole month. Like, I don't want to bring in one group on week 1, then a different group on week 4, because, like, oh no, we're all supposed to be progressing at the same time with the system and its rules and learning it. So I would have to have a group for the whole month, and then we could have a different group for the next month, but it's like I said, quite the commitment. It's a couple hours every Friday night for a month straight. So, and you know, we all know how hard it is to get a D&D group together, right? You know, that's the hardest part of the thing, is getting everybody to meet at the same time. And like, we can't just, oh, I'm not going to be there this week. It's like, no, we're on a schedule. We have to do this. So, you know, nobody's making any money doing this. No, I can't say that anymore. Apparently, I have made $1 in revenue so far. So, you know, technically, I'm getting paid. Not enough to eat, but, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, and that's the thing. That's like, I'm going to go off on a super tangent here instead of ending my stream. That's where I really wish I was a huge, huge YouTuber. Like, millions of views, was pulling in lots of ad revenue money and sponsorships and had the money to pass around. Because, like, I do not consume much money at all. I live a very, very simple lifestyle. So I wish I could take that and be like, hey guys, let's get a group, take their time for the month, like I was saying, and then cut them a fat check, you know? Like, hey, you know, I appreciate it. You helped this thing, you contributed, I want to pay you for your time. I don't want you to do this just for the money, right? But, you know, I'd like to give you something back. But I can't. Can't do that yet. I am broke. Well, that's not true. I'm not broke, but like, I can't be giving people paychecks. And not yet anyway. Maybe one day. I have no desire to be 10 million views famous, but I would like the funds that come with that so I could support and fund other activities. I really don't have any desire to have a lot of money either. I just want it to, so I can go do these other things to work on. But that's kind of how it goes, right? But anyway, so maybe stream this Friday. Don't know. If we do, it'll probably be games. Video games. Video Thursday. And then the next Thursday. Yeah. And then I will hopefully, I didn't know if I was going to get to stream today. Had a bad turn of events and then a lucky turn of events, so it all worked out, I guess. I'll have more maps to make. I may just go back to playing. I feel like Repetitium was a good stream game. I need to play more of those. bullet hells, bullet heavens kind of things. Those work pretty good. Yeah, I'll just babbling. I will see y'all maybe Friday, if not Friday, then next Wednesday, and then Thursday. So bye.